So an engineer inside Elon Musk's AI company says he tried to warn them. He says he pushed for stronger safety systems around Grok, the chatbot built by xAI. And he says he believed the company was not taking the risks seriously enough. And he says that just before he was supposed to give a presentation about AI safety to company leadership, he was fired. Now that engineer, Devin Kim, is suing xAI and SpaceX, and the timing of this lawsuit is what makes the story much bigger than one employee dispute, because Grok has not just been another chatbot quietly sitting in the background, it's become one of the most controversial AI products in the world. Now, Grok has been connected to controversies over non-contextualized images involving some stuff that I don't even want to mention, anti-Semitic content, and even a moment where the chatbot referred to itself as Mac Hitler. So when a former xAI engineer says he was raising safety alarms before things got this bad, the obvious question is pretty simple. Did somebody inside the company see this coming? And if he did, why did nobody listen? Now, the lawsuit was filed in California state court by Devin Kim, a former engineer at xAI. According to The Guardian reporting on the complaint, Kim says he was one of the company's early hires in 2024, and he was promoted only a few months after joining. Now, Kim's lawsuit claims he repeatedly warned xAI they weren't doing enough to prioritize AI safety, especially around Grok. The complaint says that Kim believed the company's lack of safety focus made it likely that xAI would break the law in serious ways, including through discriminatory outputs or helping people create dangerous weapons-related information. That is the central claim here. Kim isn't just saying I disagreed with my boss, he's saying that he actually raised warnings about the actual harm Grok could cause, and that those warnings made him a target inside the company. Now, the lawsuit says that Kim's supervisor was Jimmy Barr, one of xAI's co-founders, and Kim claims Barr ignored his calls for safety protocols and testing. And Kim also claims that Elon Musk expected xAI to adopt proper safety testing, but that Barr did not follow through on those expectations. And then came the moment that turns this into a much sharper story. Kim says he was supposed to present on AI safety to company leadership, but according to the lawsuit, he was fired last September before that presentation happened. And now Kim is accusing xAI and SpaceX of retaliation and wrongful termination under California law, and the lawsuit is seeking unspecified financial compensation. And at the time of The Guardian's report, xAI and SpaceX had not yet responded to the request for comments about the lawsuit. This matters because right now, there are allegations in a legal complaint, not findings from a court. But the reason this story is getting attention is not just because Kim filed a lawsuit, it's because the warnings he raised now sound very familiar. Now, to understand why this matters, you have to understand what Grok was supposed to be. Grok AI was Elon Musk's answer to ChatGPT. It was built by xAI, the company Musk launched after publicly criticizing other AI labs for being too controlled, too corporate, or too politically filtered. Grok's whole brand was that it would be more rebellious, more direct, and more willing to answer things other chatbots might avoid. And that positioning helped Grok stand out, but it also created a problem. If you market an AI system as the chatbot that says what other system will not say, then safety becomes even more important, not less important, because the whole point is that this thing is closer to the edge. Now, the lawsuit claims that Kim believed xAI was moving toward that edge without enough safety guardrails. And this is where the story starts connecting to everything that happened later. Grok later became the subject of serious scrutiny over explicit AI-generated images. According to The Guardian, a Canadian regulatory body said that Grok breached privacy rules after launching an image generation feature that let users create and share non-contextualized deepfakes. Now, The Guardian reported that Canada's privacy commissioner began a formal investigation in January, and that xAI later made changes aimed at stopping Grok from helping users alter images of real people in revealing clothing. Now, the same reporting said that researchers from the Center for Countering Digital Hate estimated that Grok generated about 23,000 images of you-know-what during an 11-day period in December and January. And that's one of the most serious allegations around Grok, because it changes the story from AI chatbot says edgy things to AI tool may have enabled real-world abuse at scale. And this is why Kim's lawsuit lands so hard. Because if someone inside xAI was warning that Grok needed stronger safety systems, then the products later became linked to that exactly kind of dangerous misuse that safety teams were supposed to prevent. That raises a much bigger question about how xAI was being run. And when we think about it, AI safety is no longer an abstract debate. It's not just researchers arguing about future risks in a PDF. It is now lawsuits, regulators, victims, users, investors, governments. Everyone's asking the same question. What happens when an AI company ships a powerful system before the safety culture is ready? And the AP reported that regulators in Europe have looked over into Grok over allegations involving many different pieces of content that really shouldn't be there. I honestly don't even want to name some of the stuff. So The Guardian also reported that XAI has faced international scrutiny over non-consensual deepfakes, other images, including women and children, and Grok identifying itself as Mecha Hitler. And those aren't small product bugs. Those are the kind of failures that can become political, legal, and reputational disasters. Now, TechCrunch actually reported that all of 11 Musk's co-founders in XAI had left the company by the end of March, and that Musk has publicly said that XAI was not built correct the first time around, and that it was being rebuilt from the foundations up. Now, if that reporting is accurate, it suggests the company itself may have understood that something about the original structure was not working. Now, put those pieces together. A former engineer says he raised safety concerns and was fired. The product later faces major scandals around harmful content. Regulators start circling, co-founders leave, and Musk says the company was not built right the first time. That is why this doesn't feel like a normal tech lawsuit. It actually feels like a warning sign. Now, the pattern here, when we think about this, it's not really unique to XAI. Across the AI industry, companies are racing to launch more powerful models while also trying to prove they are safe enough for mass use. But the business pressure and the safety pressure, those aren't really pointing in the same direction. On one side, companies want speed. They want market share. They want the models to go viral. They want users to feel like their chatbot is smarter, freer, funnier, and less restricted than the competition. And on the other side, safety teams are usually asking slower questions. What can this model be tricked into doing? Can it generate harmful content? Can it manipulate vulnerable users? Can it create illegal images? Can it help with violence? Can it be abused by bad actors at scale? And those questions, when you think about it, let's be honest, okay? People are focused on benchmarks and achieving all the greatness that AI can, but those questions, like can it help with violence, are pretty boring until something goes wrong, and then suddenly that just becomes the whole story. Now, that appears to be the tension at the center of Kim's lawsuit. Kim claims he was trying to push XAI towards more serious safety testing and protocols. According to his complaint, those efforts did not make him more valuable inside the company. They made him a target. And that's the uncomfortable part. If AI companies punish the people who raise safety concerns, then users may not only find out about the problems after the damage is already public. And so the clearest example of all of this was the deepfake issue. When people talk about AI safety, you can think about those extreme, crazy scenarios where AGI takes over. But when we actually think about AI safety, we need to think about what is actually affecting us now. One of the most immediate harms is, simple. Someone uploads or uses a real person's image, and the AI system turns that into something else without that person's consent. And that abuse isn't just theoretical. The Guardian reported that Grok was facing scrutiny after its image generation tools were basically doing that across the board. Companies like Canada and Britain were among the first countries increasing efforts to regulate the explicit content created by Grok. And this is exactly why, the safety warnings matter, because when the model is already live, the harm can spread faster than the company can respond. By the time a company patches the feature, screenshots, download, reposts, and copied images, they already may be everywhere. And that is why Devin Kim's lawsuit isn't just about what happened inside XAI, it's about whether AI companies have enough internal resistance before a risky product reaches the public. Now, the crazy thing about this is that Grok isn't just some, rogue chatbot by Elon Musk. This is actually a really important model that has become really important outside of just chatbots. The Guardian reported that the Trump administration stepped in to support Elon Musk in a lawsuit over XAI data centers. And just bear with me for a second, because I'll make you guys understand why this is a little bit more important. So essentially, Elon Musk, had a lawsuit over the XAI data centers where they were saying that they basically installed, some gas turbines that they weren't, necessarily allowed to. And then the Department of Justice asked the federal court to dismiss the lawsuit. And according to The Guardian, the data center was used for training and developing, AI models considered essential to the economy and the Department of Defense. So essentially, the reason that this data center project was able to continue because the DOJ said that shutting it off would undermine American national economic and energy security because the AI innovation supported military operations. So think about this for a second, right? This changes the scale of this entire story. Grok isn't now just a chatbot for users on X. It's part of the company that the government is now describing, at least in this legal context, as connected to the national and military interests. And that makes the safety question even more serious. If a consumer chatbot has safety problems, fair enough, right? It's just for, standard people. But if the same company is also becoming a part of national security infrastructure, then internal safety warnings become even harder to ignore. And that is the real tension. The more powerful and important these systems become, the less room there is for a culture that treats safety as, just another annoying obstacle. Now, the public reaction to stories like this is kind of split. I'm not sure what you guys are going to think about this. Some people see Kim's lawsuit and say that this proves AI companies are moving too fast, and they're ignoring the people who understand the risks. To them, this story sounds like a classic whistleblower whistleblower pattern. An employee raises serious concerns, leadership doesn't want to hear them, and then the employee is pushed out. Others are going to be a bit more skeptical. They'll say lawsuits only show one side of the story, and they'll point out that XAI and SpaceX haven't responded in the Guardian's response, and those claims still need to be tested. Skepticism is fair, of course. The lawsuit isn't proof by itself, but the reason people are paying attention is because, let's be honest, Grok has had its fair share of controversies. I mean, like I said, when you think about it, you don't have to believe every story of the lawsuit to see the bigger issue. Grok has already been in many different controversies that people would already consider safety failures. So when a guy inside the company says that, guys, they were ignoring that stuff, people are probably just going to connect the dots. And the bigger reaction isn't just anger at XAI. It's kind of exhaustion with the entire AI industry. Every few weeks there's a new chatbot about a story, where a model causes harm, a model is misused, the company's being investigated, or a safety team is being ignored. And every time, the companies just respond with the same message: we care about safety, we're improving the product, the latest version is better, and we take these concerns seriously. But some people are now starting to ask a different question. If they care about safety so much, why did the same kinds of failures keep happening? Well, if we want to know what happens next, the first thing to watch is the lawsuit itself. Kim's claims or allegations, and XAI will have a chance to respond, and the case could reveal more about how the safety decisions were made in XAI, what warnings were raised, and how leadership reacted. The second thing to watch is, of course, regulation. Grok is, of course, being looked at by regulators in different places all over the world. We're looking at how that content was distributed. And if those investigations keep expanding, XAI is probably going to face more pressure to prove its safety systems work before those features actually get rolled out. And the third thing to watch, and I think this is going to be the biggest one that will really change how safety works, is that this is now a public company. TechCrunch reported that the SpaceX told investors in the IPO filings that Grok-related behavior is a very big risk to its business. And that matters because once AI safety becomes a financial risk, companies will most certainly take it way more seriously. So I think we're probably not going to see these issues again.